Hey everybody, it's Tracy. It's such a beautiful day out. I'm just leaving work and wanted to jump on here and give a little bit of update on what's been going on. I had my follow-up visit with my fertility office yesterday for additional follicular ultrasound and labs. And with that information, just going in, I will say that the follicular ultrasound was a bit different. It was very short in length. Had a tech that I'm very familiar with, very comfortable with. And she didn't have to press on my belly at all or anything like that, but she did say, well, we're going to have to go deep here. And so discomfort was definitely a factor, but like I said, very brief. So that would be mild in nature then. It's just uncomfortable, you know. Anyhow, labs, went through those too. That's no problem for me. I don't have any problem with needles or anything like that. And I get the same person every time for labs, and have a really good relationship with her as well. And I was emotional because going into it, I was telling Trent on our way there, like, I'm not feeling confident. You know, it's been in the past that every time that I have cysts, that it's been bad news. And I was so surprised that they said that we were going to go for it, you know, because my levels were all in a really good position, which normally every time I have cysts, it makes my estrogen go crazy through the roof, and I don't even have a chance to fully ovulate. It's just open and shut. It's done. And you know, so I went in feeling really apprehensive, and that, like, I wasn't going to get good news is what I felt like. And so I was kind of thinking that this meant, you know, we're not going to have it go. But to my surprise, we were leaving there and got about halfway back home when I got a phone call from one of the nurses. I hadn't ever gotten a phone call from them. Normally everything's a message through the portal system, but I actually had the phone call, and I think it was because she was so excited that she wanted to tell me herself that I have one follicle show up yesterday that was measuring 24.4 millimeters, and that we were going to go ahead and take my trigger shot and report back this morning for IUI number 6. And so she was very excited. The next issue that came up there was that trigger shot, because I had ordered it and it was scheduled to be delivered Wednesday, and it said out for delivery the whole day. And then by 6 o'clock Wednesday night, it came up saying expected tomorrow, you know, Thursday. And I was trying not to fret about it. And honestly, I wasn't thinking that we were going to have a go anyhow, so I didn't put too much on it. But then whenever they told me that I needed to take it by noon yesterday, I was freaking out, because I got back home at like 10:30 and hung out until noon hoping to receive it, and it didn't come in. Not by that time. I kept checking the whole entire day, and it just kept saying that it would be delivered by end of business, that it was out for delivery. And I'm like, it said that yesterday, so I was really freaked out that I wasn't going to get it. And so I messaged, you know, the team, and just was like, worst case scenario, if I can't take it by, you know, by 5 o'clock today, if I'm able to take it by then, you know, what does that do? I thought maybe it would push our appointment back or something like that. And they ended up coming back and saying that the medical journals and everything for that particular trigger shot say that you just have to have your IUI between 0 and 36 hours after administering the trigger shot. So all was well then. I did have the guys on standby. They were going to receive it and then run it out to me at work so that I could immediately take it. It was received at like 3:30, and my team said, hey, why don't you go ahead and go? Things are slow, and we know that you've been waiting on this all day, so just, go ahead, go do you, go get it done. So I did go ahead and leave a bit early and was able to take that trigger shot. It didn't change my appointment time. It was still set for 9 a.m. this morning. And we went and had IUI number 6 this morning with the nurse that I normally communicate most with. She's kind of the one that I call my doctor's nurse. I don't know if that's accurate or not exactly, but I feel like it is because I talk to her most. So grateful for her support as well. Everybody is so supportive. I couldn't ask for better. It makes me emotional to think about it. I don't want anybody's pity or anything going through this, and so I also get really strict on myself, and I'm like, I feel like I'm letting everybody down because everybody's efforts are here and they're working hard, and we've been doing this a year now, so we've built relationships, and I just feel like I keep letting people down, and I know that that's not it, and I know that they would say that too. It's just sometimes it's hard to face people. But the support is amazing. The team is amazing. They know me by name. Like even to the reception, who's working the front counter for check-ins and everything. I don't honestly have to tell her my name, my birth date, or anything like that. Like, we know each other well enough. And so that's not been an issue. The IUI procedure was quick and easy. As far as numbers, and I'm trying to recall off the top of my head, y'all, but it's in my portal, I'm sure. We had, I call it, like miles per hour. So the motility rate, though, was 43, and it had to be above 40. So that was great. They're very active then and ready to go. As far as count, I had over 7 million available, and remember that they would do the procedure if I had at least 1 million available. So we were great on those numbers as well, just needing one of them to help me out and do their job. Like I said, my levels have been great this time. As soon as I got the results yesterday, I was feeling so much more confident. If you guys remember, like, so much was going on with IUI number 5, and I was not in a positive mindset with it either. I wasn't there. And with this one, I do have a much more positive mindset because getting the results back and everything, I feel like my body is doing its job. So I didn't tell you, but on the follicular ultrasound, it came back, and so one of those cysts, the larger one on my left side, had completely disappeared. So it dissolved or whatever, it's gone. And then on my right side is where the viable follicle is, and if that is that cyst that was reported on day 3, I think I told you guys that it was 16 millimeter, and it wasn't. It was like 12 something, 13, something like that. If it's that same thing, not a new follicle, then it's grown from 13 millimeter up to 24.4 millimeter. So I feel like that's a really healthy egg. This is the largest egg that we've been going into an IUI with. Typically mine are about 18 millimeter, and that's the bottom that they would like usually try for. And I've even had a 17 millimeter one before that they went ahead and let me try for it with that. So I feel like the size is doing great. Like my body's doing what it needs to make sure that this is a good viable egg, and all of my levels have been great this time. So whatever we're doing maybe is doing the right thing. I don't know, but I feel more positive. I of course start my progesterone, taking 1 capsule twice daily vaginally starting on Tuesday all the way up until the official pregnancy test date on the 26th, in which of course once again if I test that day and it's positive, then I continue taking the progesterone all the way until I'm 10 weeks. If it's negative, then I will stop the progesterone so that I can prepare for my next cycle. That is my least favorite part of the entire process. I wish it was a shot that I could just take even daily. I don't care. Shots don't bug me. So I wish it was a shot that I didn't have to do all of that, but it is what it is. Anyhow, I'm almost home, but I wanted to jump on here and tell you guys what's going on. So we are officially in the 2-week wait, and the test date will be the 26th. In the meantime, hopefully I can still get on here and try to keep the positivity going, and just know I appreciate y'all's support, and I'll check in with you soon. Okay, bye.